Maintenance, repair and overhaul is probably the hottest aviation topic across the MENA region right now. Massive orders for new aircraft from the region's carriers, the need for differentiators in passenger experience to take on global airline competitors, and plenty of new work for the whole engineering activities surrounding these needs. And here in Dubai this week, it all came together at the Aircraft Interiors and MRO Middle East co-located shows at Dubai Trade Center. No wonder then that this was the biggest in the show's history, with a 30% uptick in space, more than 6,000 visitors and 200 plus companies exhibiting.
The Middle East is one of the fastest growing regions as far as MRO goes. There are about 1,800 aircraft in the fleet right now, but Aviation Week data projects that it's going to grow to more than 3,300 over the decade. So to correlate with that, the MRO industry is growing as well.
But although business is booming, both sectors are facing challenges centering around supply chain issues, future workforce, and with the airline industry, particularly in this region, predicting above average growth. And there are issues around capacity, with hangars already booked out.
None of them have a short-term fix, right? But I think events like this that bring people together where they can collaborate and brainstorm and make things happen.
One company that is riding the challenge as well is Jordan's Joramco. The Amman-based subsidiary of DAE has a stable workforce and is growing rapidly with new hangars and more in the offing at Queen Alia Airport. But what about the supply chain?
Thank you, Alan. Great question. The supply chain challenges have been affecting us ever since COVID. One of the first things we did was look at what were the critical items that we were struggling with. At the beginning of that sort of or recovery from COVID, the one thing that was hitting us was machine parts, for example, seat tracks. So we took the initiative to invest in our own 3-axis CNC machine. The other thing we're doing is just working more in advance with our larger customers that can help, that have that influence with the supply chain as a tier 1 airline, possibly more than the MRO would have. We have managed to eradicate probably 80% of the problem just by having ship sets in advance and by doing our own fabrication. Retaining people is a challenge. We're in a part of the world where we are being challenged by some of the larger airlines particularly airlines that have their own MRO capability. So we embarked some 2 years ago on an employee engagement scheme, because what we were doing before was quite simply engaging people, paying a salary and walking away and thinking that was enough. But looking at modern concepts of how you build up your entire package and what that package is worth as a total. Poaching is still prevalent. We have businesses advertising, coming down, booking a suite in a hotel for 2 or 3 days. Then we see the staff leave going in as to who's going to go and have those interviews. But for us, by the time somebody's looking to leave, they've kind of made a mindset. They've passed that Rubicon and decided maybe it is time to advance my career somewhere else. Our attrition rates are very low. Most companies in North America, Europe, what have you, would love to have our attrition. So obviously the engagement that we're doing with staff is working.
One of the region's leading and fastest growing operators is Saudia Technic. The Jeddah-based company used social media to invite prospective engineer recruits to visit them here at the show.
So to be honest with you, the challenge that we have right now across the entire aerospace sector and aviation sector is access to skilled talent that is sustainable over the long run. There is a finite pool right now that everybody is drawn from. In Saudi Arabia, at Saudia Technic, focusing on what we have done, 2 things. Launching an AI-assisted portal to manage one's career. It's not just about managing and attracting a technician. It's about attracting a technician that wants to see themselves grow to top leadership positions. We're actually building a training academy. 1,100 graduates every year, 1,100 students every year. And from now until the year 2035, there is tremendous shortage in the talent because of lack of capacity at training institutes, funding to these academic training programs, and then guaranteeing a job. So we got all in one place.
And while capacity is a concern in some parts of the world, the Middle East seems comfortable in its plans for new hangars. It's not just Aramco and Saudia Technic with their growth plans. Emirates is progressing with its mega hangar at Dubai World Central. It's a 1 million square metre facility that will be one of the largest and most advanced of its kind to be operated by any airline anywhere. In some good news for EASA certified aircraft in the region, it was announced at the show that ATS Technics is to build an EASA-based AIME-MRO for commercial aircraft at a 12,000 square metre plot at Dubai World Central. And with the recent opening of the new terminal at Abu Dhabi's Zayed International Airport, Lithuania's FL Technic announced at the show it had been awarded Level 5 GCAA approvals to support airlines at the new terminal. And the company's managing director is confident that plans include training and local recruitment will help them beat the resource problem.
We have putting a training program, of course, in coordination with our HQ, our 147 training center. So we've been giving the skills and the opportunities for the staff with really comprehensive and tailored program for their skills and as well capability. And so we are approaching the universities locally here, similar to what is the group done in Europe, and we start to take on board and onboarding our, I would say, future talents.
In other news, UAE company Sanad, wholly owned by Abu Dhabi's Mubadala, announced a new partnership with Ducalio Aviation to deliver MRO services for the Rolls-Royce Trent 700 engines as part of its expansion into the civil market. Meanwhile, the fledgling Riyadh Air, Saudi Arabia's second national carrier, signed a deal with Saudia Technic covering maintenance for its fleet of Boeing 787 Dreamliners, both in the Kingdom and overseas. The airline is scheduled to begin operations next year. And while MRO is busy, so too are the many vendors and manufacturers involved in the aircraft interiors world, from giant hangars where green wide-body jets such as the 777 or A330 are completed for heads of state, right through to seat manufacturers and in-flight entertainment providers. They're all on display with more innovations to share.
What we offer goes way beyond in-flight entertainment. What we offer is Arena, the digital platform. It's basically an open IT platform that is being enabled through an in-seat system. Meaning, of course, it includes AVOD, the content that you know for classical in-flight entertainment systems. But what we offer is so much more. The airline gets the opportunity to update their UI, to update their content. So it's really thought as an open IT platform with a lot of access to all sorts of content versus what you understand as classical in-flight entertainment content.
One company at the show is pulling together solutions to all the industry's challenges, from training to sustainability. The Valia Group, based in Luxembourg and France, signed an MOU with Saudi Arabia's National Industrial Development Center to develop narrow-body MRO, aircraft disassembly, component repair shops and aircraft painting, and significantly with full training for all capabilities at a Part 147 training center.
We see that without disassembly, the maintenance of the flying airplanes would be not possible. So it is extremely essential that part of the fleet is disassembled to allow the maintenance of the other parts of the fleet. We know and we are very familiar with Middle East for many years. Now we feel this is really the right time to move in Saudi. It's an amazing growing market.
Well, this has been an incredibly busy show. Do look out for our video channel where we're going to be featuring some special spotlights on some of the leading performers at this event. Thanks for watching.